During my polygraph test for security clearance, the examiner stopped and said, "Who taught you how to pass this?" Nobody taught me. That's what made it terrifying. I was 23, fresh out of college, applying for my dream job at a 3-letter government agency I can't name. The interview process had been brutal. Background checks, reference calls, financial audits. They contacted people I hadn't spoken to since middle school. But the final step was the polygraph, and everyone said the same thing. Just tell the truth, and you'll be fine. The examiner was a woman in her 50s named Patricia. She had kind eyes, but a voice that could cut through steel. She strapped me into the chair, attached the sensors to my chest, fingertips, and wrapped the blood pressure cuff around my arm so tight I thought it might pop. "We'll start with baseline questions," she said. "Answer truthfully. Is your name Adrian Hayes?" "Yes." "Are you 23 years old?" "Yes." "Are we in Virginia?" "Yes." The machine beeped steadily in the background. Patricia checked her screen, nodded, then moved to the real questions. "Have you ever committed a serious crime?" "No." "Have you ever stolen anything worth more than $500? "No." "Have you had contact with foreign intelligence services?" "No." She asked 20 more questions. Standard stuff. Drug use, financial problems, conflicts of interest. I answered honestly every single time. The machine kept beeping its steady rhythm. Then Patricia stopped. She stared at her screen, tilted her head, and looked at me like I'd just grown a second head. "That's interesting." My stomach dropped. "What is?" She didn't answer. She typed something, then looked back at me. "Let's try that section again." We went through the same questions, same answers, same steady beeping. Patricia stopped again. This time she stood up and walked around the chair, studying me like I was a puzzle she couldn't solve. "Adrian, I need you to be honest with me. Who taught you how to pass this test?" My heart started pounding. "Nobody taught me anything. I'm just answering the questions like you told me to." "You're doing more than that. I don't understand." She sat back down and leaned forward. "In 15 years of administering polygraphs, I have never seen readings this flat. Your heart rate doesn't spike. Your breathing doesn't change. Your skin conductivity stays constant. It's like you're not even human." I felt my hands start to shake. "I'm just telling the truth. That's the problem. Even people telling the truth show physiological responses. Stress, nerves, anxiety about being judged. You're showing nothing. It's statistically impossible unless you've been trained." I didn't know what to say. I wasn't trained. I was just sitting there answering questions. Patricia made a phone call. 5 minutes later, 2 men in suits walked into the room. They didn't introduce themselves, but their badges said Department of Defense. One of them looked at Patricia's screen, then at me. "Run it again. Different questions." Patricia asked me things I wasn't prepared for. Personal things, embarrassing things, questions designed to provoke a reaction. I answered them all honestly, and the machine kept its steady rhythm. The 2 men exchanged a look. "Adrian," one of them said, "we need you to come with us." I thought I was getting arrested. Instead, they took me to a different building, a medical facility. They ran tests, MRI, EEG, blood work. They asked me about my childhood, my health history, if I'd ever been hospitalized. After 6 hours, a doctor sat down across from me. "You have a condition," she said. "What kind of condition?" "Your autonomic nervous system doesn't respond to stress the way most people's does. It's extremely rare. We've only documented a handful of cases worldwide." I blinked. "Is that bad?" "Not medically, but it means you can't take a standard polygraph. Your body doesn't produce the physiological markers we use to detect deception." "So what does that mean for my clearance?" She paused. "It means we can't use the polygraph to verify your answers. We'll have to rely on other methods." I thought my career was over before it started. But 3 weeks later, I got a call. They'd approved my clearance. Turns out, they'd done the most thorough background investigation in the agency's history, interviewed everyone I'd ever known, reviewed every document I'd ever signed, analyzed my financial records going back to my first bank account at age 12. When I showed up for my first day, Patricia was in the hallway. She stopped me. "I looked into your condition," she said. "Read the research papers. It's fascinating." "Yeah, apparently I'm medically incapable of freaking out." She smiled. "That'll serve you well in this line of work." She was right. 10 years later, I'm still here. And whenever someone asks me how I handle high-pressure situations, I just shrug. Turns out, I was literally born for this job. The irony is, I spent my whole life thinking something was wrong with me. Teachers said I was too calm. Friends said I never got excited about anything. Therapists suggested I might be emotionally disconnected. Turns out I wasn't broken. I was just built different.